and welcome back to our top 10 series where we give you super cool, awesome top 10 lists. I'm Court McGinley. So this list might seem a little familiar, and that's because you've all been asking for it. That's right, you guys love the first one so much that we are now giving you a part 2. That's right, this is the top 10 list of lies you thought were true, part 2. Yes, I'm super excited and I hope you guys are too. Before we get started on this list, I want to know, how many times have you lied? Maybe once, perhaps twice, maybe it's been so many times that you can't even count. Regardless, let me know your answer down in the comments. Alright, let's get started. In our number 10 spot, we have cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis. As it turns out, multiple studies have been conducted and they show that there's no link between knuckle cracking and arthritis. The cracking sound you hear isn't bones being bent out of shape, and your knuckles don't grow larger each time you crack them. The sound it makes is actually the sound of gas being released out of the pockets between the joints. However, at the same time, if you do continually crack your knuckles, then that will lead to a weakened grip. So regardless, try and avoid cracking those knuckles. In at number 9, look out below. Apparently, coin throwing off the Empire State Building could kill someone. So rumor has it if you drop a coin off the Empire State Building, it will pick up heat and drop down so fast that it will cut through a human skull like butter. Well, luckily this isn't true. Since it only weighs about a gram and would tumble as it fell through the air, the coin wouldn't be able to gather that much speed. You know, it would hurt quite a bit if it landed on your head, but you wouldn't be cut open or it wouldn't kill you. The 5 senses. Yeah, apparently humans have more than 5 senses. So we all know about smell, taste, touch, sight, and hearing. But it turns out we have a range of 9 to 20 senses. Some of the others include temperature, vibration, pain, time, hunger, etc. All these seem pretty obvious, but since a young age in school we were only told about the 5. And at number 7, don't touch that. When we were kids, our parents told us not to pick up baby birds because then their moms would not take them back. Turns out it's not harmful to pick up baby birds and return them to their nests. This will not cause their mothers to reject them. As it turns out, birds don't really have that great of a sense of smell. Their olfactory bulbs are small and simple compared to other animals. And unless the mother actually sees you handling her baby, chances are she wouldn't be able to tell. So our parents most likely told us not to pick up birds for one of 2 reasons. 1. These little guys are extremely delicate and they didn't want us to unintentionally hurt them. Or 2, our parents could have been worried that they're not a clean animal and touching them could get us sick. Or, you know, they truly thought that if you pick up a bird then the mom wouldn't take it back. Well, now you guys know the truth and you can share this info with your parents. Moving on to our number 6 spot, soulmates. People think penguins mate for life. Turns out they don't. Ouch, that one hurts a little. Throughout my entire childhood, Pebble and the Penguin lied to me. If you haven't seen that movie, check it out, it's great. As it turns out, lovable cute penguins do tend to stay monogamous during the mating season. But then the season comes to an end and it's free game. And they actually tend to switch mates quite a lot. Typical. When looking for a man to have offspring with, the woman penguin follows this checklist. 1. He must be attractive. 2. He needs to have a central nesting spot. 3. Being already familiar to the female is a bonus. And 4. He needs to be an experienced breeder. So I guess penguins and people have a lot more in common than we thought. And at number 5, hair and nails continue to grow after you die. Yes, as it turns out, this one isn't true. Once your heart stops beating, it only takes around 7 minutes for your nerve cells to die. So basically from the moment we die, our whole body starts to decay. Fun! And yes, that includes our nails and hair. The way this rumor got started was because when we die, our skin recedes. And it shrinks, which gives the illusion that our nails and hair continue to grow. And at number 4, hats keep in heat. I remember as a kid, my parents would always tell me to put on a hat before going out to play in the snow. They told me it would keep me warm because heat escapes from my head. Apparently it was assumed that 40% of your body heat escapes out of your head. Well, as it turns out, that's a big fat lie. Thanks a lot, Mom and Dad. This myth actually began with a US military study in the late 1950s, in which soldiers were outside in extremely cold weather, and they were covered in warm clothes everywhere except for their heads. However, this myth came to a halt in 2006 when a study involving children discovered in the normal circumstances, children only let about 10% of their body heat out from their head. So it's still a percentage, but it ain't no 40%. And at number 3, the 5-second rule. Yes, sad, but this one isn't true. So if you drop a slice of pizza on the floor, leave it there. Well, actually I guess you should probably be a decent human being and pick it up and throw it in the garbage. But the point being is don't eat it. When we were younger and didn't care much about germs, if you dropped a piece of food or candy on the floor, you shouted 5-second rule. And if you'd pick up your food before 5 seconds passed, then it was good to go and you could eat it. Well, as if this one wasn't obvious enough, if you drop food, bacteria is going to cling onto it right away. So yeah, don't eat it. It's not like bacteria are like, you know what, I see this sandwich dropped on the floor, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wait 5 seconds before I jump on it. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Salmonella, for example, can lurk in the cracks between floor tiles for weeks at a time. Even if you clean the floor, those germs are still there. Coming in at our number 2 spot, sitting too close to the TV will ruin your eyesight. Not true. In fact, it just so happens that children are better at focusing at an object while they're close up. However, sitting too close to the TV for long periods of time, day after day, could make your eyes start to hurt after a while due to the brightness. Also, if you do need to sit super close to the TV, then it may mean that you are nearsighted. So if that's the case, then maybe you should visit your eye doctor for a checkup, just to make sure you're good. And in our number 1 spot, we have drinking coffee will stunt your growth. While it's true that we probably shouldn't drink as much coffee as we do, it definitely will not stunt your growth. But since coffee does contain caffeine, it affects your central nervous system. If you have a cup or 2 a day, you're okay. However, if you're having more than 2 cups a day and on top of that you're getting caffeine from other sources such as soda or energy drinks, then you maybe might want to cut back. The reason for this is because high doses of caffeine can cause anxiety and dizziness. Also, if you're drinking that much caffeine, you best believe you're not gonna get a good night's sleep. Well, there you guys have it. That's our list of the top 10 lies you thought were true, part 2. I hope you enjoyed this list. I sure enjoyed reporting it to you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.